Hello again, I'm Katie Cowan and this is the Creative Boom Podcast. My next guest is the graphic designer and illustrator Harkiran Kalsi, also known as Harky. Currently based in London and freelancing for a wealth of clients, she's worked for the likes of Comic Relief and BBC Children in Need, as well as Virgin Sport, the NHS and Sport Relief. She also creates gorgeous murals in her signature hand lettering style and loves to use her creativity to spread positive and important messages calling for change and a better world. Harky also creates her own hand-lettered prints and has sold hundreds since launching her own store 6 years ago. In this episode, we find out from Harky how she got to where she is now, despite a few setbacks. We talk of the impact of the pandemic on our mutual lives, of mental health and spirituality, and of friends lost. We talk of that famous artwork she created last summer for Black Lives Matter and how that movement affected her. And we share some laughs and much respect for Lewis Hamilton, Will Smith, and Richard, the street cat. But before my chat with Harky, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Shillington, the original graphic design bootcamp that helps students achieve award-winning portfolios and land incredible jobs in as little as 3 months. We'll be hearing from Shillington later in the show for some career advice. But for now, here's my chat with Harky. Harky is in the house! Woo!
Hello! Woo woo!
Woo woo! Oh, amazing to finally chat and see your face moving. And we were saying before this podcast started, you know, because we've been making friends over the last couple of weeks, months, just how weird it'll be when we meet in person. We won't, you know, I was sort of saying I won't know how to make my face move.
It's that thing, isn't it? It's like, I don't say hello to anybody anymore. I used to be quite bold when I'm running along and be like, hi, even if someone doesn't say hi back. Now I'm just like, stay away from me. And like, run in the middle of the road and like nearly kill myself.
Oh,
yeah,
of course,
times I've killed myself.
Yeah, because it's like social distancing and all the rest of it. Yeah, it's weird because like up here I've noticed people say hello more.
Yep, definitely. Midlands up north. You guys are much better.
Definitely.
Like, I love London, don't get me wrong, but I love it. But it's hard to get a hello out of people unless you have a dog. Totally different.
Right.
Dog walkers, everybody talks to everybody. But
that's safe, isn't it? Safe British territory. You've got something to talk about.
Absolutely. But other than that, you're just saying hello to yourself. So you're like, okay.
I just say hello to the dogs. People think I'm mad. I'll always go, oh, hello there. My dog will just like look at me, give me a sideways glance and like, who is this loser? Like, hello there.
I'd rather talk to pets. I was talking to Richard, the next door neighbour's dog cat earlier.
What, the cat's called Richard?
Yeah. And he's amazing because he actually does listen to you. He was like across the road. And I mean, I thought, oh my God, why have I just shouted Richard? Because he's going to walk across and a car's just going to come and hit him. But he knew, he heard me, he stopped, waited for 2 cars to go by, comes over, starts meowing, and we start having an actual conversation. I was like, how's your day, Richard? How's life? I haven't seen you in a long time. And he's like, meow, 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 meow. And I was
so
like,
he's a chirper.
Yeah. But actually having a session, like a little...
Yeah, no, I get it. I talk to my street cats all the time. Here we've got Lucky and Percy next door, and we've got Harry down the road, and Toulouse.
Oh, Toulouse.
Toulouse is quite sassy. He's a ginger Maine Coon, and he's absolutely massive. He's only about 3 months old, and he's already huge. And he's just so majestic, and he chirps. So if you just go, brr, he'll go, brr, and you can have a little conversation. It's just so sweet. I absolutely love him. I know, but the only problem is, because he's so massive, what do massive animals do when they need to go, you know, for a number 2? Massive. Honestly, I'm not even joking, Harky. He does the most huge poos and has been leaving them in my garden in various corners. I have to pick them up.
Not your garden.
I mean, I have large hands for a woman. It's my party trick. I've got big hands. And I can't even, I have to use both hands.
You need like a pooper scooper.
I do need a pooper scooper.
You need to get a pooper scooper, man.
It's one of those words I love saying, pooper scooper. It's just a great word.
I'll be picking that up without a pooper scooper, man.
No, it's even funnier if you say it in my mum's accent, you know, pooper scooper.
So mine's just normal pooper scooper.
Anyway,
I know, people are going to come into this podcast and be like, I thought this was about creativity.
I thought it was going to be serious.
How are they talking about poop? Well, you know.
Well, to be honest, anybody who's been listening or is still listening to the Creative Being podcast knows by now that it's not really about work. And actually, funny enough, quite a few people I've interviewed over the last year or so have just said, this is really nice, actually. I thought we were going to talk about work. And then a few have admitted, actually, work's boring. Let's just talk about other stuff. And I don't know. You just end up talking about loads of stuff because it all, I suppose, adds up to who you are as a person, and that will inform what you do creatively. So
yeah, and that's what I like about your podcast. Yeah, that's what's really nice about your podcast is like listening to everybody else's. It's like I've started to know them as people and their interests and stuff, you know, and I think that's really cool because we can all talk about design but sometimes, or illustration, but sometimes it's quite similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone else might say it, you might say it, and it all becomes the same. But actually, you want to know more about the story of the person and
it's more interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Like it makes it more fun. You're like, oh, now I see like their personality come through in their work, or you know, you get an idea.
Exactly, because like you know, it's with anything in life, isn't it? You know, business, life, it's about people, and we're kind of more tuned into finding out about you talking to Richard the cat and me picking up huge cat poo. Anyway, so how have you been this last year? I mean, it has been a little bit crazy.
Yeah, it has been mad. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I think we've discussed like I was okay. I was okay up until Christmas. Until, you know, because I was ready to go home. When I'm in London, and then Boris just locked us off. Well, you know, and I don't hate him for it. Like, yeah, it needed to happen, but I think it could have happened better. Like, you know, that's another story.
Yeah.
Like, don't even get me started on that. But yeah, it needed to happen. But it's just, I was so looking forward to seeing my family. It was my one time. I was like, I'm going to go home for 3 weeks and spend it with them. So that's where I lost it. I literally just broke down. I was like, this is crap. Up until that point, like I've been through all of it, you know, like where the work just, you know, kind of like disappeared and stuff. And I still handled that really well. But that was my breaking point. I was like, I just want to see my mum.
Well, that's really strong if you made it through till December, end of December. I mean, that shows a strong character because I had lots of moments where I broke down last year.
Yeah. I mean, I broke down for other things, not related. Like it was pandemic related, but I suppose what was happening with George Floyd and all that. That's what got to me more. As for like the lockdown stuff, wasn't getting to me. Because I'm quite an isolated person.
Right.
So as much as I am like, I think I did like a personality test thing, and I'm like, people think I'm an extrovert, but actually I'm an introvert. But I think I can mold myself. Like I'm really fine being around people, but I need my space and I need to. So I quite like lockdown. Like it was like, whoa, I've got all my energy back. But it was just
people enjoyed it, didn't they? They kind of really took full advantage of it. And
I know for me, life wasn't that different. Apart from like, you know, going to meet friends and obviously seeing my family. But I think the day in, day out was actually, oh yeah, this is okay. I've got, because I had so much to do, you know, and I think as illustrators or designers, I know for some people they lost their mojo a bit, but for me, when it gets challenging, it's like I have more energy and more mojo, and I just want to just go in hard and go for it. Like I'm kind of like this. My friend actually, who sadly has passed away now, but I remember she turned around and said to me, I know, and that was like during the pandemic.
Gosh.
It wasn't because of the virus. She'd been struggling with cancer for a while, and
I'm sorry.
And But she always sticks with what she says. She goes, "You're such a relentless character." She goes, "You're so relentless," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am." It's just my personality type, and I think that's what got me through. I'm quite relentless. I'm quite resilient. I'm very focused and very driven, and it just helps me get through situations like this. But and like everybody else, you do break. It just got me. I was like, not my family, Boris. Don't.
Oh, and is your family back in, is it Leamington Spa?
Yeah. So they're in Leamington. Yeah.
Nice part of the world. And is it a big family, small family?
Tiny. We're so small. It's because all my mum's side of the family are in India. Over here, it's just my mum, my brother, and my sister, like a little tight unit of 4, and that's what it's always been. Because she had an arranged marriage, didn't go too well, was like brought over to London, and then had a divorce, and we don't have any connection with my dad's side of the family. So we do have like cousins and everything, but I just don't have any connections. But I love it. I love our family. It is tiny, but it avoids much of the drama. So
yeah, there's always a bit of drama in some families. Oh gosh, I mean, my family's really chilled out actually. I think I've had one fallout with my brother once, and it was probably over something really trivial when we were kids, and he didn't speak to me for 3 days, and it absolutely killed me.
That's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's horrible. Like I just don't do drama, and not in any of my other relationships either. I'm just very kind of placid and probably maybe some people say being passive is a bad thing, but if I can avoid confrontation, then I will. I don't like to do it. It's not that I won't speak up if something wrong is happening, like sticking up for somebody on public transport, for example.
Yeah.
But it's if I can avoid, and I've done that most of my life. I've just surround myself with people who are just chilled out and good fun.
Yeah, confrontation isn't great anyway. Like you want to avoid it at all costs, because it's, everyone just gets heated, or you get that I hate the rise of anger happening in me. I hate that feeling as it bubbles up, which it does happen sometimes.
Yeah,
you're going to come across people and stuff. Yeah, it's like normal. Like you, I had a falling out with my sister recently, and it's horrible. And it just made me think, because during this time, I saw friends and they were posting stuff like their sisters had passed away at such a young age, and I was like, okay, I'm having this argument with my sister, but what do I want to wake up tomorrow and hear something's happened? No. No. Over the argument, my sister's life is so much more important, and we will get past it. But I'd rather be speaking to her to help get past it rather than get angry and not speak to her. And it's normal. Every family, no one's perfect. No families are perfect. No. We're all going to have the arguments and the fallouts, because we're all changing and getting older and seeing things differently, or at different stages in our life. And it's normal. Yeah. But you can't stop loving them. And that's the most important thing, is well,
you're stuck with them.
You're stuck with them.
You got to make it work.
Exactly. Damn it. Yeah.
Oh, well, have you seen them again recently, though?
I'm going back actually in a few days. So I'm going to go home for a month, because I've got a project that I'm doing. I know. So I'm like, finally. Super excited.
You're going to be on the train. Finally, it's happening to me.
They're probably going to do my head in. They're going to do my head in the first day, but...
Oh, you'll be sick of them. You'll be like, right, that's it. You do my head in, all of you. I'm back on the train to London.
Get me home.
Oh, and when you were growing up there, you ended up, you kind of went to Coventry University, which is really close by.
Yeah.
Which is where my parents met, actually.
Oh, really?
Little connection there. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Coventry Uni.
Yeah. Great little city.
Yeah. It's come along so much. So I was actually Coventry born, but moved to Leamington, I think.
Same.
I think I was really young, maybe 7 or 8.
Were you born in Walsgrave?
Yeah, man.
Me too.
Walsgrave Hospital.
Walsgrave crew.
Hey. It's a funny one, because so many people hate on Coventry, but I'm like,
why?
I don't know. I'm like,
I love Coventry.
Yeah.
My mum and dad talk about it really fondly. My dad still supports the football team along with his beloved Port Vale and Man City. And, you know, I just hear nothing but great stories
I know.
about the place.
Yeah, I do. Like, I went to uni there, and I also worked at Coventry City Council for 4.5 years, and I loved it. I loved what the city was doing. I loved the people. They're so lovely. Even though like Leamington's is my home, I was there from like 7 or 8. But I suppose for me, Coventry just has a bit of because my mum was going through a divorce as well, so it was like a struggle.
Yeah,
like the transition over. So Cov Uni happened because I think part of me was like, I just didn't actually, to be honest, it was financially, I couldn't afford to be away from home. Because I was the main income earner in my family, so helping support my family whilst also trying to go to uni. I was like, my dream was to go to Bournemouth and do animation, but I just couldn't afford it. I was like, animation is off the cards. Like, I just can't afford it. So I did an art foundation course. So because I did my A-levels and I failed my A-levels. That was in art and design as well.
right.
So I was like, oh my God, I've totally ruined my life. Like, not realising that I'm not exam-based, I'm more coursework-based. Like, my head's like that.
I was the same, actually, thinking about it. I've never really kind of looked back and reflected on that, but yeah. Anyway,
I do, because I felt really dumb for ages. I felt like school made me feel really dumb. The way they spoke to me, the way they made me feel. And I was like, I'm not stupid. Like, I can't do exams. I don't understand that, but I'm really good at art, and I can feel things. Like, I'm a feeler. Like, I feel them deep. And I didn't understand it then. I was just like, what? But now reflecting back, I was like, you know what? Intelligence isn't getting the A-star grades and coming out on top and everything. Intelligence is actually common sense and empathy and all just the basic human human ways we can connect with people. That's intelligence. I know intelligent people who are so disconnected from emotions and feelings and connecting, and I'm like, you're so intelligent and know so much, which is great, but at the same time, that's why I hate that kind of bubble that people put people that are clever, like that person's clever because they can do this, but you can't, you need to be, if you're not articulate enough, or if
all those bastards on University Challenge, and you just sat there thinking, how do they know all this stuff?
Which
they're
is
so
amazing.
clever. And my husband tells me often, says, no, they're not clever, they're just very well read. They will just swat up on this stuff. I said, yeah, but come on, they have got some brain cells between them. He said, yeah, fair enough, yeah, they do, but then I started a couple of years ago doing flashcard learning with classic art, because I really wanted to improve how be able to spot a classic and who the painter was and what the title of that might have been. And honestly, I've upped my University Challenge game ever since. My average score on that now is 10. Come on. Because it's popular music round, classic music round, and art, and I'm like, I put down my Instagram and I go, oh, right, we're in. None of this biological science crap. Come on.
Give me the good stuff.
Anyway, as you were saying.
On a side note to that, I've been learning the flags of the world only because it's so fun. It's only because
so fun.
The family I live with, they've got this game. And they pulled me in. They were like, do you know these flags? And I was like, oh my God. Like, I knew some of them, but I felt like, no, I can do better than this. So I've been sitting here for the past few nights on this quiz, just every single day, like trying to get 100 out of 100 on these flags. And I got 96 out of 100 the other day. So I was like, okay, I'm getting better at my flags now. So
and there's a couple of flags that really throw you, isn't there? Like Italy and Hungary.
Yes. So I get thrown with Monaco, Poland, and I think it's Ivory Coast, because they've got the red, white, and it flips, and you're like, huh? Wait a second.
I know, and you have to really think about it. And I was doing a few flashcards on flags as well, because I find that fascinating.
I love it. Like, I didn't realise how much I loved it. I'm so obsessed now. I'm like, why do I not know my flags? This is awful. Like, I should know this.
What are you using to learn? What's the...
I just found, like, I literally Googled flag quiz, And then the first thing that came up, I clicked on it. And it's like this really awesome, super easy. It goes play, you press play, and then all of a sudden it gives you a flag, and then it gives you like options. So it's a good way to learn to choose between like the countries. So you have to sit there and think. And then it's really cool. Like I break it down. Like if it's like, I think it's Seychelles, they have like a really cute like shell-like flag. So it's like shell, like
so you'll pick out things that trigger a
so I'm trying to do that. I mean, like you said, some are trickier. You're like, oh, got caught out on that one. And some countries I've never heard of.
Well, listen, I'm going to change your life. There's a really nice app called Anki.
Okay.
Anki, and it's flashcard learning on your phone. I think you might have to pay for it. So maybe not such a good suggestion, but it's really good. And it does things like flags, and it does countries, cities, capitals, anything that you want to sort of improve on and up your university challenge game. Yeah. Or your Christmas family games, you know, because it's amazing. Like, I was in an art gallery with a friend who I very admire and have already labelled as very clever. And I just loved going up and saying, oh, I very much love that O'Keefe, don't you? And she just sort of looked at me.
What?
I was like,
Katie?
oh, I just brushed a bit of dust off my shoulder.
Hello, everybody. I'm here.
I have arrived,
everybody. Let me take you on a tour.
Oh, so you struggled in school.
Yeah, so I did. Especially like it got to a point like especially with art, because that I think I struggled because I knew really young what I was capable of doing. So I've always been drawing like since I was, God knows, little child. And I think that comes from my mum, because she was really artistic, fine arts, everything. So I think it was like passed down, and it was just, I knew it. I was like, this is what I'm good at. And I think I struggled with school because I think a part of me was like, I know what I want to do, but I just don't know how to get, what profession is this? Like, artists to me, like what I was taught, fine artists, were all these white men back in the day with these paintings in galleries, right? Now I'm like, how am I supposed to do that? Like
painting naked women as well.
I don't want to do that. So animation, because I was watching cartoons and stuff. I was like, oh my God, animation would be amazing. So I had an idea, but I still struggled. Like, you know, I did okay in my GCSEs, like B's and C's and a couple of D's. And then went on, and this is what nobody tells you. It's like I could have gone to college and done a graphic design course. But no, school pushed me into doing A-levels, and I knew it. I was like, all I want to do is art. Like, I literally just want to focus on art. But they told me to go into A-levels, and I was like, I know I'm going to fail them because I've heard how hard they are. Like, I knew it. As soon as I was like, I know I'm going to fail these. It doesn't matter how hard I'm going to try. This is it. So I was like, what do I pick? I don't know what to pick. So art and design was definitely a choice. And then it was psychology and sociology, because I was like, I do like psychology. I like the way the mind thinks, and, you know. But I was like, so I ended up totally failing them all. And then at this point, like, you know, this art teacher's telling me that you're not going to amount to anything. You're not going to end up.
That's not
in
good.
Art. Yeah, like it was just horrible. And as an art teacher as well. But thankfully, my mum's really awesome because she was a teacher back in India. So she had a very like this mindset. Okay, you failed, but we're going to find a way out of this now. So she's like, get onto clearing, give them a call, find out what you can do. And they were like, art foundation course. And I was like, and they goes, that will then get you into uni. So this is back then. I mean, now things have obviously changed so much. But so I go do this art foundation course. And it's funny because I wanted to do it at Warwickshire College, but they rejected me. And I'll keep saying it. Warwickshire College, you rejected me, man. And
big mistake.
Big mistake. However,
you work on commission, right?
But however, they rejected me, and this is what I want to talk about, rejection as well. It's so important.
Yeah. Yes.
So I went on to art to do it at Cov Uni, which was amazing, and that opened the door. And then I realised I was actually like, maybe I can't do animation. That's out the window. Had a bit of like a play around with transport design, and I was like, I love it, but I don't think that's me. And then I thought graphic design and illustration would be really good because it can teach me formalities of design, but also still be really creative, like in illustration.
Definitely. Great
However,
idea.
I apply, and this letter comes back and goes, well done, you're doing graphic design, whatever the letter says. And I'm like, wait a second, where's illustration in this? I looked at my codes and I was like, oh, I put the wrong code down. I was supposed to put the code for graphic design and illustration, but ended up going into pure route of like graphic design. And at this point you're like, oh my God, it's going to be a headache changing all this now. So I'll run with it. And it was every lecture I came across, they were like, Harky, white space, lettering, kerning. And I'm like, I don't care. I just want to illustrate everything everywhere. So for like 3 years, it was like this weird battle between me and my lecturers who were like, this is graphic design, not illustration. And I was like, sorry. However, I came out and I was really proud of my degree, and I will share this. I came out with a first class degree.
You did.
Like, all the failure to then achieve that was like a huge achievement for me. And like, I know everyone's like, it doesn't matter, degree doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter, but I think personally for me, it was this like...
What matters, it is what matters to you, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. It's just I needed to find my path.
Now for a short break to get a word from our sponsor, Shillington, the original graphic design bootcamp. Lovish Saini is a visual designer and also a teacher at Shillington's Manchester campus here in the UK. I asked Lovish, what advice would you give somebody who wants to switch up careers and become a graphic designer?
I think for anybody on the fence of wanting to make a career change, it can definitely be quite a scary decision, and I wholeheartedly kind of understand that. But I think if you're interested in that career change and you're interested in like the creative arts, it's definitely a really great time to actually grow your skill set, and it's a really great time to actually get into the industry as well. It's such a really exciting like industry to be in. I think wholeheartedly just go for it. I think if anybody's interested, they should really do it.
To find out more about studying graphic design at one of Shillington's 6 campuses around the world or via its online course, visit shillingtoneducation.com. Now, back to Harky. You're self-aware, and that's a trait that is, a very blessed thing to have, just to sort of be quite... As long as you're not too self-critical and give yourself as much of a break as you might others, because that's my fault. I'm learning to get over that. I mean, I can't possibly ask how old you are, Harky, but it's taken me a while at the tender age of 42 to kind of just, come on, Katie, give yourself a break,
Yeah. I know, it's really hard. Like, I'm hard on myself. I think many of us are, and especially in a profession like...
It's a competitive industry, isn't it?
Yeah.
And everything is so on show all the time.
Yeah.
That you can sometimes think that we can allow our ego to dream up that we are probably a lot more important than we really are. Even though we are important, but you know what I mean? It's like one of the best bits of advice somebody gave me, and it was my dad actually, and it sounds harsh, but it's a really, really good thing to remind myself of. It's not all about you, Katie.
Yeah.
And as soon as you remember that, when you find yourself spiraling and going into this kind of, like you're in your inner thoughts and you're criticizing yourself and you, oh God, why didn't I do that better? And why am I not doing as well as that next person? Or I should really be working now because I had a really rubbish, slow morning. All that kind of stuff. It's not all about you, Katie. Don't worry. And it's a relief, isn't it?
It's massive. Like I always put into perspective of everything I've done is for my mum, and that's the most important thing. When I get too within myself or too like egotistical, I'm like, just think of the sacrifice your mother has made for you to be where you're at. Never forget that everything you're doing, you made a vow to be the best possible version for her, and to make sure that this success, it's not just for me, but actually I really want to make her proud, and to show, because I know, going into this profession, the stuff that she would hear is like, is Harky going to make it? Do you know, art, what's art? It's just drawing. What does that do? How does that save lives? What, like, no, it doesn't save, but actually, you know what? It does save lives because there are so many people through this pandemic who found art as a therapy. So it does help
Yes.
people. So when people are like, you know, what is art? I'm like, it's in everything we do. Design is in everything we do. The arts is in everything. Music, movies, books. You know,
So
it's
important.
so big. It saves people every single day. Like, you know, we hear people go, music saved me. You hear people go, that book saved me. It's, you know, it might not be
Yeah.
surgeons cutting on people, but we're mentally putting out work that can make a difference. And that's what I noticed is like, so it has been a lot of proving, you know, to get to this space. But I've never allowed those challenges to stop me. It actually makes me hungry. Like, it makes me even hungrier. I'm like, you know, if someone says to me they don't like my art, I'm like, that's cool, but that's just going to make me even hungrier to do even better and go for it even more. Like, I don't
Taking
know.
taking that positive spin on it again
Yeah,
and
like I
turning it into
never
something great.
exactly, you know,
And also, art has the power to change the world, as we've seen.
yeah,
You know, we can
100%.
encourage people to donate to charities. We can change hearts and minds. We can stop racism and we can like encourage people to come together. We can use art to share people's different stories, perspectives.
Yeah. Like the one thing I noticed about art is it makes people feel seen. So those that are oppressed, when I've created stuff or anybody going through something, the amount of times it's like, thank you, Harky. And I know that's not just going thank you, it's going thank you because you see me. And that's what I find art is like, it's so powerful. It's like connecting us, you know, it's like someone Indian connect like when I was doing the Black Lives Matter, it was like my solidarity to black people. Like it's like I'm here for you. Yes, I am a
Yeah.
different race. I'm Indian, but I'm trying to show you that I'm here and I want to unite our races together rather than divide us. And that's the beautiful thing of art because you put it out there, it becomes less about me, but more about the piece of work. And that's what
Yes.
people are connecting to. And that's what I always try and remind myself. Like, I want you to connect to the work, less so. Like me, yeah, it's my personality, it comes through in it, but please connect to that. That's all I'm trying to say. Like,
That
you
piece
know,
was like one of the highlights of 2020, actually. It was one of the key artworks in that whole movement.
it was, yeah, like I didn't realize like how much traction it picked up. Like schools had them placed, you know, around like on the site, and some people would walk past people's homes and see the artwork printed up in their window, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize it had that much reach. So much so, like, you know, it was picked up by Greg, and you know, it was up in Peckham, and that meant everything. You know, being a South Londoner, like I love South London, and it is my home. Like, so I feel like I owe it to the city, the people in it, to make sure that I do use my art for the right causes, the right reasons, and to speak up, right?
Yeah.
And it's that Nina Simone quote, like I'm just paraphrasing, but it's along the lines of like every, you know, it's every artist's duty to make sure that they reflect the times. And I 100% agree in that. Like, and that goes back to the ego. It becomes less about self, more about others, and that's what I'm always trying to think. Like, always be of service to others in what you do. It's great getting the accolades and people going, "Oh, you're awesome. Your work's really awesome," but actually, I want that work to mean something. I want it to challenge people's minds. I want it to challenge people's hearts. I want them to think differently if they were thinking a certain way,
Yeah.
you know, and to connect
Powerful.
us more. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've also made some of your artworks into placards that people can download and use at various, whether it's just to take it to a rally or put it
Yeah.
up in their windows, and that's all free.
Yeah. It's like, you know, a friend of mine said, Charlie, he was like, you have to make art accessible to the people. He goes, how many times do we look at art and it's just not accessible to just normal people, everyday people. So that's why I'm always trying to think of ways like, how can I, with the posters, I was like, oh my God, just put them out there,
Yeah.
and let people use them however they want. Like, I'm not going to get precious about copyright and infringement and all this because that's a headache in itself.
Yes.
Like, and I know that sucks, especially when it comes to big brands and stuff, but actually when it's just people, when it's people who want a piece of your work so that they can use it somewhere, let them have it. Like, I it's something that sticks with me, and I think it was what's her name, Elizabeth Gilbert, and I think her book Big Magic, and in it she talks about how this gift that we have, it's not ours to keep. So my art is like, it's coming through me, it comes out of me, it's not mine to keep, it's there to be given out into the world. And I know this is like super deep and super spiritual and people are like, what are you on about? But I've always felt this kind of weird, like, when people are like, well, how have you created that? I'm like, I genuinely sometimes don't even know. Like, I think it, I create it, it happens. But I just feel like it's flowing out of me.
You
so
just get into a flow. And
and that's why I'm like, I just need to put it out there.
Yeah.
It's there for the people. It's like, it's not here for my ego. Because if I start to think of ego and self, like, yeah, of course I want bills to be paid and I need the money and etc. But I can't get too precious and be like, why is that happening? Why is that happening? Because I'm like, because then you just fall into the ego trap and it's just like a massive hole. And, and art is, I don't know, to me, it's just such a beautiful way for me to express myself and allow people to connect to it.
So we can't expect a series of T-shirts with your massive face on it. Love Harky.
I mean, if you want to do that, then please do. I ain't stopping no one.
I've already got them. They're at the print shop now. I'm going to wear mine with pride.
Oh, one of those.
It's funny, isn't it? I mean, I do get the impression from our conversations on Instagram, our late night conversations when we're sort of putting the world to rights, that you're a very spiritual person. And that's something we share in common. I kind of grew up a Catholic for a little while and then kind of didn't really follow that from the age of 14, 15 onwards. But I kind of needed something to fill the gap. So I kind of borrowed from other religions that I kind of liked, the philosophy of maybe Buddhism and a little bit of Hindu maybe, and just try and practice some kindness and compassion, which is really actually quite difficult, especially with yourself, being kind to yourself and being compassionate with yourself and not beating yourself up for past mistakes and all that kind of thing. And I get the impression that you are very much in that realm too. You're very much a spiritual person and try to live a life that's kind and compassionate and thinks of others wherever possible, which is obviously awesome.
Yeah, I think we've discussed this, isn't it? Like, it's the Buddhist mindset. I mean, like, I think we've also had this conversation, like, not all religion isn't perfect. There's things in it that aren't perfect, which is fine. Like, because it's man changes it and makes it what they want it to be. But there's part of like Buddhism that I do love, like to be present. Like, now is it. Me talking to you is the only real reality that this between us exists, this connection.
Yeah.
Everything else sits when it, like, the past is the past and the future we don't have any control over. And I think it's when you let go of control of your life, you can start to flow through it. Like, the pandemic, March hit, lost all my work. Now I could have been in a state of crap, but I was like, I've got to calm down.
Yeah.
And go with the flow and trust. And I'm this person, I'm like, I've got to trust that the universe is working in my favor, that this is happening for me, not against me. I'm not going to resist. And that's hard when you're watching your money go, oh God. And then you're like, okay, well, let me apply for some full-time jobs, maybe. I don't know what I'm doing. You do it. It's not happening. Okay, wait a second. That means something's going to happen because you're being rejected here. trust. And I did. So I was like, just trust it. And then it started to pick up again. And actually,
Yeah.
I've done so much better after the pandemic, like since June, July, than I was previously doing. I was doing really well in the freelance before it, but it just something changed. And I honestly, I'm like, I think I know slightly what changed. I think I found my feet, my voice. And that was the biggest thing through this.
Wow. Okay. That's really
Yeah.
powerful.
I think I really found my voice. Like, it's always been there, but I never knew how to get it out. Like, I never knew. I think it all happens as time. Like, eventually, as sad as it is what happened, I was like, right, now I need to step up. Now I need to step up because people need my work. They really need it. There's no more of being in the background doing stuff. It's like, okay, how can I help others? How can doodling make you feel better today? Or how can what I say on my Instagram, like I posted something and someone said the other day, like, thanks so much for sharing that because I felt that, and I was like, okay, here it is. Here it's been more transparent. It's bringing out that connection between us.
It's one of the silver linings of last year. I think a lot of us did find our voice and got more confident at being ourselves, getting more in tune with who we are and how we put ourselves out there in the world. Kind of just allowing ourselves to be vulnerable as well. But there's huge strength in that. Just like
And I
so
suppose
much strength.
Yeah. And I know it's hard, like, so I suppose I'm lucky because I freelance and I can vocally share things how I want to share them. However, like, I did at first think, is there going to be an impact? Are people going to want to stop, like, are they going to stop working with me? But then I was like, screw this. I want to work with people that care like I do. So if I lose a load of brands, if I lose a load of people, no biggie. Like, my life will still continue. I'll still find a way. And it showed me I've connected with the most, like, yourself, loads of other new clients that have come through who are incredible and doing incredible work in the community. And that's what I've absolutely loved through this phase, is actually the more vocal I've become, I've attracted amazing people. I'm like, wow, I'm watching a shift in the people coming into my life, which is like, now we're arriving. Now it's happening where I'm surrounded by people that I can see, I can learn from, I can ask for help, and they're doing things. And that's...
It's opening up the heart, isn't it? Opening the heart to new experiences and opportunities.
It's pretty freeing. Yeah.
It is very freeing, yeah.
But, like, I know if I wasn't a full-time position, there's been positions where I have not been able to be vocal because people would look at my Facebook or my social and try and nitpick or try and analyze me because I said this or I said that. And it was crazy. And you're like, what? I'm just trying to share with the world who I am or how I'm feeling. But it was difficult in a full-time job because it will go to HR and the times you're pulled up. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm not here for this. I want to be creative. I want to speak my voice. And I know if I spoke up on some stuff now, it probably would have got picked up. But because of being able to freelance, I just think it just gave me much more power to be like, right, I'm not afraid if I get people come at me, but at the end of the day, I have to stand on the right side of humanity and do the right thing because what I was witnessing is wrong and I can't sit there in silence, especially when it brings me to tears. Like, that's not right. Like, people should not be treating each other like this.
Well, why should you remain silent, and where's that coming from? And why do you have to be something you're not, to please and fit into somebody else's ideal? So it's great that you're sort of feeling that way and you're sort of moving towards this kind of, well, I don't know, this wonderful part of your next phase of your creative life, I guess, and to hear all your sort of spiritual journey. I mean, that's wonderful. It's just, I'm really happy for you, and I know we've like talked about this a lot privately, but I'm pretty spiritual, and I went and had I went and saw my physiotherapist yesterday, Harky, to sort out my hip and my back. And now this is quite interesting because I'm thinking, because I'm open-minded, I am, but he said to me, your arch on your right foot is really sore. Have you been eating dairy when I've told you not to? And I was like, yeah. And he said, how much do you eat? I said, I eat cheese quite a lot. He said, how often? I said, every day.
I love cheese.
And he's like, maybe lay off the cheese for a couple of weeks because it's affecting your hip, because it's something to do with my gallbladder.
Oh, God.
So apparently all of our kind of nervous system is connected, and what we eat and, you know, stresses and upsets. Like, it was really weird. One time I went to see him and he was like working on some part of my back, and then I said, oh my God, I feel really emotional. And he said, yeah, that's your emotions coming out of your muscles.
Wow.
I was like, what? Do I
It's
believe
deep, man.
this? That is deep.
You know, I think people don't understand like how complex we are.
I know.
Right? We just see ourselves as like what we see in the mirror or others. But they're like, come on.
We're so complex.
So complex. Look at our nerve systems, the muscles, the bones within us. We're not, you know, if we want to get
there's
super
got to be
deep, like,
well, there's got to be something more to all of
exactly.
this. Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, and it does. Like, you know, we know the nutrients that you put into your body is definitely affecting everything, all the movements, everything you do. We know that.
Yeah.
But it's like when you go to physios and that you understand a bit more, and many of us don't go to physios or do that, but you know deep down, like if you did, it's going to unpack a lot of stuff. Like,
well, you've got to look after your body, haven't you? It's
100%.
not just about looking after your mind. Like, if you look after your body, weirdly, it really kind of does wonders for your mind. And you yourself have been really like loving your fitness regime. Have you done the London Marathon? You're in Run Dem Crew.
Yeah, so I've ran London twice, done Brighton Marathon.
Wow.
Done ultra marathon.
Ultra, you've done an ultra. That's insane.
I know, it's like 18 hours on my feet.
Yes,
Don't ask.
I know what it is. You're a nutcase.
I just love it. I love it. I think, like I said earlier, I think it's just my mindset is, okay, I am not going to be the greatest like athlete or sprinter or whatever, but I'm good at what I do. And I think that's what I love. Like, I'm good at a load of different things, and I like to learn and see how it can help me with my work, help me with my mindset, more so to do with how can I make my mindset the greatest possible mindset that I can achieve, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I like doing things, even if I'm average at them, because I'm like, they're going to push you to some extent. Like, so doing the ultra, I'm not going to finish an ultra like some of those guys do. However, I want to see what it does. How can I achieve 52 miles in over a couple of, like, you know, in 18 hours? You're on your feet. I know. And you're just like, your body's going through some mad stuff. Like, as soon as it gets dark, like, I just lay on a dirt road because I was like, I'm so tired, my body's shutting down. But somehow you still get up. Yeah. And you're still going, you know, and even though my mate was with me, but oh my God, like, but when you complete it, you're just like, damn, you know, it's like another learning. Like, I can achieve that. There is so much more I can achieve. Like, you know, like, it just keeps adding
confidence.
to that. Yeah. And I think that's where people are like, how do you get your confidence? How do you get, I'm like, because you've got to do other things rather than keep doing the same thing. Try different things, and that's how your confidence levels go up.
Definitely.
And it impacts everything you do in your life, like the way you move, the way you talk, the way you create, the way, you know, don't get me wrong, like, I get anxiety, I still get moments, but there's all of this learning that I'm tuning into, like who I am. You know,
yeah, because you're right, you go into a flow state when you exercise, and it gives it's almost like sort of dusting away the cobwebs in the mind, and you work things out when you're on a run or a walk. You kind of go, oh yeah, that makes sense, and you almost get to the point where you're itching to get back to your desk so you can sort of put all those ideas on paper or solve that problem that's been niggling away at you for weeks or whatever, and just by getting the endorphins going and moving your body, it's just great.
It resets you. So I've always been like, I think I'm running for like, it's been over a decade. And And I love cycling as well. Cycling's my other thing.
Me too.
I love it. Like I love long distance. Like you put me on an endurance, like I'm like, let's do it. It meant that, like you said, I'm part of Rundem Crew. I was in Leamington. I was part of Spa Striders. That was my first club. And then when I moved to London, it was Rundem Crew, and Charlie, who's the founder, Charlie Dark, is incredible, like incredible human being. And I feel like being a part of that crew, it really escalated my career as well, because within the crew, you met so many different people, like creative directors, photographers, like accountants, all sorts. And everyone was really like down to earth and really lovely and supportive. And I think that's really helped with my trajectory, like having a community. And if I can give advice, find a community, because it makes a huge difference. Like it's connected me to so many different people. Like Damien, I think he came because I think he found me through Rundem or something. Like, and he followed. It's just mad, like how
Damien Graham.
Yeah, like how interconnected you all are. Like everyone knows of somebody. Like and that's the wildest thing that I've learned about being in crew is I walk into places and people are like, oh, you're Rundem. Oh yeah, I know Charlie, or I know blah blah blah. And you're like, oh my god, like so London becomes smaller, because normally in a big city it can feel very isolating, and that's what I was scared of. That I was like literally going to be on my own. I'm going to hate it. But because I found that community, it just changed, everything.
It's like a
it
family,
changed my
isn't
personality. Yeah, like my friends are like, Harks, we've seen your personality from when you came in at 2014 to who you are now. I really found myself. I found my people. And I think that was really important.
Tribe.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
Oh,
because all these things
awesome.
matter.
They do. And you've also been, oh my goodness, your skills with your skipping. You've been getting into that as well.
Oh my God. So good.
Absolutely brilliant.
I didn't even know. I just saw everybody on Instagram. I was like, oh my God, look at these lot. I mean, I'm only like 2 months in, but the progress it's just incredible. Like, it's so fun. See, again, it's like, I love trying new things. I'm like, and then I become obsessed to a point where I'm like, I've got to learn this as well as I can. And how far can I push it? Yeah.
Yeah, your commitment is amazing. And speaking of Instagram and obsessed, are we allowed to mention a certain beautiful young man who you've...
Let's go.
So what is it about Lewis Hamilton that you just...
Oh my God. Can we just all take a moment, everybody, like just hold on.
What, do a collective sigh?
Collective, Lewis. That guy.
Flutter away the
oh my God. Like,
blush.
I do absolutely love him, but also I think it's that it's weird, like how I found Lewis Hamilton. Like I say, I found, but my interest in F1 and, in him as a particular athlete, because, as a person who's a runner or a cyclist, you think I'd be more interested in an athlete in those fields. But it's just so random. My brother was watching Formula One. I think it was like 2008. So actually that was his first championship win. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea. I was like, what am I watching? What's happening? Because I think I wanted to come down and take the TV remote off my brother. I was like, give me the remote because I want to watch my own programme. And he was like, no, this is vital. This is a vital race, right? It's wet. And everyone's going, Lewis Hamilton on slick tyres. He's like...
Love a bit of F1.
Oh my God. He's like Ayrton Senna. I was like, who's Ayrton Senna? And all this was happening. And all of a sudden, I'm like watching. I'm like going to my brother. I'm like, who is this Lewis? What? He's like, Lewis Hamilton. And I'm like, but Massa's ahead of Lewis. He's like, oh, it's all about championship points. And I was like, okay, I don't understand. And then they're talking about him. Like, he's amazing on slick tyres, on the wet, he's aquaplaning, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God. And then, I don't know what it was, that moment, watching him like drive, I was like, God, this guy, there's something about him. This is incredible. And then he takes his helmet off and I'm like, Hello. Who are you? Who the hell is this? And also, it's a sport that's so white. I was what's the black guy doing on this grid? Hang on. And immediately I was intrigued. I was like, right, who is this guy? What's he up to? And I just started following him. And at that stage, I think a lot of people didn't like him. They didn't know of him. They found him arrogant. They found him this and that. But I don't know why. I saw something in it. And I've been saying this for time now. I was like, he's going to become the greatest F1 driver. Just from that one race that I watched. And I was just convinced. I was like, and he was making mistakes. And that's what I loved. Like he was making these mistakes, but every time he'd come back stronger. And then there was a point where he was dipping, where it was like, oh my God, Lewis, sort yourself out. And then he didn't win the championship for like time. It was quite a while before he won the second one. But you can see like a change in mindset. And I love that. I love watching an athlete.
Oh, yeah.
And their mindset, their drive, and their hunger. And
so nothing to do with the dreamy eyes.
I mean, he is cute. He's dreamy.
The lovely brown skin.
It's all there. It's all a package. Yeah,
I mean, do you have fantasies of him sort of rolling up in some kind of like really classic car, soft top? Harky, get in, babes. Or is he sort of turn up with flowers, or is he just a bit cocky and arrogant in your fantasy and just like, get in?
He's really lovely in my fantasy. And actually, he falls in love with my art before he falls in love with me. So that's...
Oh, okay. So you've really gone down you've really imagined this. This is unhealthy. This. Okay, so Lewis Hamilton, if you are listening, step away. Run.
Just get away from this crazy person.
Well, I can't talk. I sent a message to Will Smith the other day.
Oh my God, I love Will Smith.
I know, I love Will Smith.
He's so lovely.
I just sent him a message because I thought, should I? Oh, go on then. And you inspired me, actually, because I saw all the messages you've sent. Oh
my God.
I was like, right, I'm
People
going
think
in there.
I'm crazy. Which I am.
They're not.
I am crazy.
You're not crazy.
I know, my
No,
messages
you're
to Lewis. Oh my God.
No, but the thing is, they're just normal people, and it's
They
okay
are,
to get in
they are.
touch with, just to get in touch with them and appreciate them. So I just messaged Will and said, don't know if you remember, Will, but I interviewed you when I worked at a radio station in Birmingham about 15, maybe 17, maybe 18 years ago, and had to ask you some really embarrassing questions about, because he was like promoting his film Hitch.
Oh yeah.
And I had to ask him some really embarrassing questions about what do you do if you're a person over the age of 50 and you want to fall in love? Because I was working for Saga Radio at the time, which was for the over 50s. And obviously I was 23 and thought over 50 was ancient. And apparently so did Saga.
Dinosaurs.
And actually, Will just sort of, he did this slight, when I was asking him, because we were face to face in Birmingham city centre, where he rocked up in a nice limousine or whatever, to screaming, adoring fans behind us. And I sort of asked him this random question, and he sort of looked at me sort of ever so slightly, just a little twitch in his eye, and then he just thought about it, and then he answered with absolute professionalism. And I've always adored him for that, because my boss at Saga said, ask him specific questions about, older love. And he answered all 4 of them.
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm so glad.
So cute.
Because like sometimes you never know with that. Like, when they
No,
go,
I
if you
know.
meet your heroes and they're absolutely awful.
Oh no, he's great.
Yeah.
Nice man.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I know, and he's put on a bit of weight during lockdown. So
You know
he's
what?
just started a fitness regime, hasn't he?
I love that he shared that, because I think everybody has. Like, you know,
yeah.
everyone has, because we're not as active or getting about. But then I'm like, it's okay, because maybe before everybody was super stressed. Because even I look at my life and I'm like, I'm a bit more relaxed now.
Totally.
You know? Even with everything that's going on, it's a different type of stress. Like,
And we're making time for ourselves more than before, I think. I can't speak for everyone, but I'm certainly making more time for fitness. I mean, I'm in my running kit now, because after this lovely conversation, I'm going to go and enjoy the sunshine whilst it's there, because it's going to rain later, and just maybe I'll come back and do a bit of yoga as well. Why not?
Exactly.
It's just great. So despite everything that's happened over the last weird 18 months, I suppose, we have had some little silver linings from it, and we've progressed, and we've learned, we've found ourselves, we've found our voices, we've found our art. The more people I talk to, the more I'm realizing that actually that reset was needed for many of us.
So definitely, because I felt like I was on a bit of a I don't know, I was just churning and going along and doing things. I think for many of us, it was like, we all just went into our homes. And I feel, you start, everyone just becomes human.
Yeah.
Everyone just becomes a bit more human. Like you
We're
see.
reminded of our humanity.
Exactly. And that's what's really important. And also, how do we handle a pandemic? Like how do we all individually handle it and how we treat others through it? Obviously it's shown some great things about humanity, which was always there, and it's just brought it to the forefront. But then at the same time, it showed us, especially in the UK, how incredible NHS is. We're so lucky for our healthcare system. Like, it's, and all the key workers, essential workers. And it's a reminder to a lot of people that don't disrespect people. I remember like in before the pandemic, I was in an Uber and talking to my Uber driver, and he's like, he just went, "Thank you for being so kind to me." And I was like, well, that's just what should be normal, like characteristic and values, to be kind to people. He's like, "No, not everybody is this nice to me in my Uber." He goes, "There are a lot of horrible people
Yeah,
who
there are.
don't see me because they see less of me because I'm a driver." And
Uber drivers are great because
exactly,
you can use them all over the world, and you can like find out people's stories, and, like people are fascinating. Why wouldn't you want to have a chat with the person who's safely driving you around?
It's weird. It's this idea of them being less because they're a driver, and that, to me, I can never understand that. I'm like, but they are like they are helping you to get from point A to point B. So they have huge value. Like, I don't know. Like, I just see everybody, everywhere you go, your cleaners, your retail staff, like they are all helping you to live out your day-to-day life. Like,
yeah. I'm the person in the shop who you get stuck behind, who's having a really long conversation with the person around. But I can't help. I don't care if the person behind me is getting grumpy about it. This person is a human, and it's nice to have a laugh. These are people that you brush, and certainly during the pandemic, they might have been the only person you saw that day, apart from
exactly.
Yeah. So what will you be taking with you into this next kind of chapter that we can all be inspired by? Because you are very inspirational. You've definitely inspired me with all the things that you've been sharing.
Oh man, sometimes it's really funny when like other people say that. It's just because I just do it. I just put it out there, and I'm like I say, I've always had this mindset of, if it can make someone's day a bit brighter or a bit happier, or make them connect in some way, or think something, then that's the whole point of just one person. I suppose what I'll take away from it is how, like, using my voice, especially against what happens in the world, that's become much more stronger, and actually it's given me a clear direction of eventually where I'd like to be, and I want to work more with communities and try and be more of service to others. I think that's what I'll be taking away, whilst I'm still trying to find my feet and secure myself financially. Ultimately, I want to make sure I'm helping others. That's the end goal through what I do.
I love that, and I can see you doing that, and you're doing it already, Harky. And before we wrap this up, and without diluting any of that important stuff that you've just said, now is your chance. Lewis Hamilton might be listening. What would you say to him?
What if I, you know what? That's what he's achieved recently, 100 poles, and he's on to 100 wins. To me, he is the greatest sportsman that I think the world has seen, and you've got to put respect on that. And I don't think he gets enough of that respect. I'm like, that really needs to sink in with people, how incredible that human being is, and not just what he does on track, but what he does off track for climate change, racism, making a change. And I think that's really powerful, that
Have you created an artwork yet in his honour?
I have done 3, and one of them he has liked on my Instagram, and that was I know,
that is amazing.
7-time world champion like my artwork. Hey.
But I love that. So you've basically achieved everything. You can retire now. That's it.
Not quite. There's a lot more to do yet.
Well, I can't wait to see what you do next, Harky. And thank you so much for joining me in this very mindful moment of shared creativity and good, very important sort of conversation, I would say.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It means a lot because, someone who hasn't had like 100k followers, and I don't have awards, and I don't have all the major big brands under my belt. Like, it always seems like it's only a certain caliber of people that have a voice in this platform. But, I have got experience, and maybe I don't have the huge following, but there's still a lot that I've learned. And thank you for giving me the space to come on here and share my story and my journey, and also getting to know you.
And having a good laugh along the way. I mean, what a great opportunity for me as well, to be able to talk to all these wonderful people and hear different stories. It helps me too. More than I realise, and more than we just don't realise how I think the last year has just made me realise so much how, like, having connections with people is just so crucial for a happy life. So thank you. You've been listening to the Creative Boom podcast with your host, Katie Cowan. Huge thanks to our sponsor, Shillington, the original graphic design bootcamp with 6 campuses around the world and an online course. To find out more, go to shillingtoneducation.com. To listen or subscribe to the Creative Boom podcast, visit creativeboom.com/podcast. It's as simple as that. And if you're enjoying the show, please let us know. Give us some love on any of our socials or by leaving us a review. Join me next time when my guest will be the storyteller, animator, illustrator and writer, Monique Henry Hudson.